Anyway, what are we doing today? Well, today we're on a gold tour out here. And, well, I can't tell you it's a secret spot. Actually, it's not. It's our Nelson Tours. And we got a gentleman out here by the name of John. Tell him where you're from, John.
I'm from Bath, United Kingdom.
That's it? That's all you're gonna tell me?
Yeah.
See if you can top more than that, can't you? Anyway, so he came out from across the pond, if you know what that is, for you old timers out there. Anyway, we're in one of our claims out here on the Nelson Tour. And if you signed up, you could have been out here too. But anyway, we're out here getting him some gold because I guess where he's from, they don't do this a lot. And look at all this beautiful scenery. You can't miss it, huh? So anyway, I wanted you to see, I'm gonna take you around and we're gonna do some gold mining. I'll throw in some clips and then I'll show you how much gold we got. So you know what I'm gonna say, huh?
I know what you're gonna say.
What am I gonna say?
So come on,
let's go!
And it's funny that I'm stood in the country where all this is.
Yeah. You got anything you want. Just like that.
Let's do one more.
You can do anything you want. I got lots of them.
He's gonna go sample some bedrock up by that tunnel we were at.
I keep hearing voices out here. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Is there voices in there? Can't see nothing. Use my bionic eye. Woo. Magnetic anomalies.
I don't know what that's.
Is Keystone the one that's where on the freeway you see that solar farm and then you take off from there? Is that a different one?
Which one?
Not your Keystone.
Oh, Keystone. You go down to G. What we'll do is we'll go this way. Get around that rock. Ready? And good job. About as far as I want to go. Good.
So that wasn't bedrock, Jeff?
No, that's just a big chunk. Good combination. Look for the shear zones and then the quartz intrusions in those shear zones. You're going to have a good chance of finding gold in that.
Did you say?
It won't be in that. It'll be in the quartz veins.
Is the light colored green stuff what you call it? Is it andesite? Or which one is it?
See this whole mountain
Okay.
is nothing but andesite.
Andesite. Okay.
Andesite. It's one of the three basic volcanic materials that are found in batholiths. And the other two, of course, is basalt and rhyolite, or granitic masses. But anyway, so you'll see the change in color. You got tan, gray, green. Green is great because it's got tons and tons of feldspar in it.
Okay.
And you can see all these little baby shear zones everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the shear zones, you've got the silica intrusions of quartz, which carries the gold. Now, what I've seen in the past is that the gold is not in the center part of the vein, it's on the outer walls of the vein, on the outer edge, next to the hanging wall in the gangue material. It's a soft clayous material. That's where your most gold's gonna be, out here anyway.
Down there.
What color? Now, feldspar will come in greens and blues,
This was almost a real light color, almost
pinks.
kind of a light green, I guess you
Okay.
might call it.
And then it looked like they found a pocket. They went that way, drilled out. They looked like they were chasing it that way, and it pinched out. They chased it down. I can see it down there, and it pinched out. So,
Jeff, is that something?
huh?
Is that something?
Yeah, that's a barrel cactus that blew in here from the wind.
Right.
There's a part of the end part of a drill hole right there, where they were drilling and loading the dynamite, and that's what they were chasing.
Oh, this, yeah.
Yep.
And there's one.
See that nice red in there?
Yeah.
The redder the better. Right there. So what I'm going to do?
Shall I get a bucket?
Yeah, I'm going to sample him, and then we'll crush him in the little mortar and pestle and see what comes out of him. Your mines, they travel at an angle. You'll see them going down at an angle because they're following that vein down. We got to get underneath it. We'll go over to the side and go straight down, and then we'll go across at 100 feet. If there's still more load, we'll go down another 100 feet and go across. Is the load there? Yeah, still there. Keep going down. And that's, every mine has a level at 100 feet. That's how they do it systematically. Then when the load disappears, that's the bottom. Get underneath it, start coming up. Each level will start coming up at the same time until they intersect with each other. Once we hit in the bottom of that ore body, we'll build a huge ore bin right here. And then we'll have a manway on the side and get up there. And we'll start creating what's called a raise. And when it blasts, it'll throw it right down into that ore bin. And then we just take our ore cart and get up underneath it, and we'll open up the gate on it, fill it up, close, and then push that thing out, and we're good to go.
Right.
And of course, you can see they really chased it, and then the fault bends, and you can see where they popped out the side there. Well, I sampled this yesterday, and there's gold in it.
Yeah.
So, and you can see where they chased it. This would be considered the hanging wall. And then
But this is still 1800 stuff, right?
Yeah.
This isn't like 80s.
No, this is 1800s.
Is old.
So, what you can do is you see these striation lines in here of all this formation. I've always noticed that most of your gold forms near a hanging wall. Not always, but most of the time, and there's a reason for that too. I'll go into the geological reasons for that. So, what I'm doing is, you've got the quartz vein here, and then you got this really soft, what's called gouge on the outside wall of the vein, which is next to this hanging wall right here, which is called country rock. And so what I do is, I don't care much about him, although I will sample him. It's this gouge right here that I'm more interested in. And he's pretty soft, look at that. I mean, it don't take much to get him out.
Wow.
And see how it just comes away from that hanging wall?
Put your bucket under it,
So,
sucker.
that's why when you go in these old mines, you see these smooth zones in here. And a lot of them are shear zones where the two sides have crushed against each other, or you have a fault system where they've actually split apart and it left a cavity for that silicous fluid when it was in a steam and then later a liquid to form through and create these veins. So I tell people, always look to see if there's positive airflow.
Well, we know there is because we got that.
Right, I mean, this is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
But in some
But in
mines,
theory, that's good to know, definitely.
some mines are so deep you don't know.
It's not hard to tell inside Chattacooke, boy. It just starts blowing on you.
Exacto. And you can see I got rat droppings here, and it looks like a rat's nest down here. This is a favorable place, and I can see where the tunnel drops way down there.
Right.
So it looks like they started to chase this vein
Down that way?
into this angle because of Okay, so you can see the old ladder, what's left of it. Yeah, that's the original ladder. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta be nimble. You got it.
No, I haven't. I'm 50, I'm getting old.
Ah, you ain't old. My dad, he's 78, he's getting old.
Your dad, I've seen him on video.
Yeah, he's still climbing those mountains.
You're out here just giggling. You must have found gold.
Yeah, I found gold. It's little though. It's just a little bitty baby. Put him back in the ground, let him grow up and be a big piece. I'm looking for the layers
that you made yesterday. Get a rinse and away we go. Right about that.
Now I know why the gold miners are so skinny. Man, you do this every day. It'll make you thin. Especially eating hardtack and beans. All right.
That's it.
That looks a little better down there. That looks a little better. Yeah.
Right now we're running the gold cube with the high banker and the gold banker. And we're gonna run all that dirt that you pulled out of the hole.
But you know me, I'll do anything for gold. I know you're thinking, yeah, I know you ain't gonna be able to make that spread. Well, if I don't, that's a long way down. So here we go. Whew. I tell you what. Okay. See that? Yeah, you put it down anywhere and it sucks up everything. I like to put it on the end. Some guys put it here. I don't like that because if you want to use it in your pan, you can't get it in your pan. It's like, hey, I can't get it in there. But if I put it on the end, I can actually just poke it in there. So I'll put the water over the top. I'll run this over it. It'll pull my magnetics up. And then what's left behind, you can see now, is I've got nothing but little itty bitty bitty tiny pieces. There's a couple nice chunks right there of gold for sampling. That's not bad. See what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you'll take your jeweler's loop and you'll inspect it to make sure, jeweler's loop's in the truck, you'll inspect it to see, okay, is the gold rough? Is it smooth? If it's rough, I know I'm close to the source. If it's smooth, that means it's traveled a long way.
Been washed.
Exactly. And you'll need the information because when you're sampling, you go to your next sample hole and if the gold gets bigger or rougher or smoother, it tells you volumes of information.
Emotional.
It's emotional. So what we're gonna do is, I hope I can catch that emotion on film.
Walking the dog.
Walking the dog. I think they call it walking the goal. Look at that. He got himself a nice juicy nugget.
The blueberry bottom.
Come on in here. Take a look at this.
Look at that, gents. People back in Britain.
Get that sunlight on there. Woo wee. Now put your finger in there so people can see a reference, because they like to see references. There you go. Look at that. You make a tooth out of that.
That's the real deal.
That's the real deal, baby.
Here, let's do this right here.
Britain.
Here we go.
This one's coming back to Britain.
Gets you in the sunlight. There you go. Because gold likes to follow the sun. That way, because people like to see size comparison. You see that coin in there? There you go, right there. That's a nice one. Woo-wee! Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's little episode out here, El Dorado Canyon, with our little gold mining tours. And if you like today's episode, please rate, share, and subscribe. And of course, leave us all a comment, because we like to know what you think about all this craziness out here. Speaking of craziness, what did you guys think about all this?
We had a great time. Did you have a great time, John?
I had a great time.
Where you from, John?
I'm from Bath in the United Kingdom.
Oh, I thought he didn't sound like one of his old Westerners out here. Anyway, he found a nice piece of gold. Of course, you probably saw that too. And he learned how to shoot a gun. I wish I had learned how to shoot a gun. How come you don't teach me how to shoot a gun? Anyway, so if you want to do your own tours, I'm going to leave a link down below for Desert Outfitters. You can click on it and sign up yourself. So until next time, this is Jeff Williams and
The whole crew.
That's right. Say, no matter where you're from or what you do, just come out west and you'll get some AU too. So come on, let's go. I was like, what is that? So to get the spent cartridges out, you line it up with this guy and you push. If I can get this. And then if you don't pull back on the hammer, then it'll stick. See that? It's because of the locking mechanism. So you're gonna cock back a little bit. Out you go. Cock back a little. Out you go. Cock back. Out you go. He's good. With this thumb, squeeze the trigger and slowly release the hammer. Like that. That way it doesn't go off. All right, so we'll load you up real quick. You rotate, you gotta cock back on with the other hand. One hand's gonna be working the hammer.
See, I don't even hold to that.
That's okay. Use your thumb, gently pull. Don't cock it back too far. There you go, and just rotate and then stop. Okay, looks like it's full. Then you close the breech guard, and then you're good to go.
Is this an